So that, you know, I've been thinking, around this part of the country, we're having a lot of talk about marijuana legalization, whether it should be recreational or medical. And the same thing kind of applies here. Is pinball going to be recreational or medical? Is it going to be a case where a doctor prescribes pinball as a physical therapy, like do this because it will improve your hand-eye coordination or something like that?
I wasn't sure where you were headed with it, but that brings up an excellent point. We're actually having some people in the medical field look at what we're doing and see why it's therapeutic. You know, as a pinball player, I know how it affects me. It would relieve stress. I had one at the office all the time, and I'm like all bound up and angry at the world, and all of a sudden it seemed like I would play a couple games and my stress levels were reduced. And, you know, it just made sense. And when this charity was introduced, the idea came upon us. My wife went into a local children's hospital as a tour and found a broken pinball machine in the oncology unit that was there. And all of a sudden, my need for repairing it was, you know, why I was there. But then all of a sudden, it introduced elements to why this was so dynamic in that setting and how it could be beneficial. So, yes, we're working on stuff like that to maybe we can, you know, open those doors up. So that's a great question.
Asked in an odd way, I admit.
Yeah, marijuana, laden.
But that's what we're going through here.
But I wanted to add something real quick. The people that were filmed here, they were asked the same question. And we did not rehearse anything that they were going to say or anything. We did not give them those words. They knew of our charity. They knew what we did, and we asked them what they thought of pinball in that setting. And that's what they came up with. And you know, it was the same thing that I told earlier, but in their words and how they use it in their lives, especially that story where the gentleman had cancer. You know, we did not know that going into filming. That's something that he shared with us after the fact. So I thought that was just an excellent reinforcement of what we do. And Dennis is here because I wanted to join Dennis with this panel because the same thing. I want to know how you perceive what we do as a charity, and you know, what do you think we're giving back to the kids and the parents?
I didn't know about this charity until the Atlanta show a few weeks ago, and that's when I met Dan, and he was telling me all about it. And I just think it's a wonderful thing for these kids, and I'm so proud and honored to think that maybe some of the games I've designed can help these kids have a little better day than the day that they're having getting their chemo. So it's possible that Greg and I may work on a project in conjunction with Dan to bring some more games to more hospitals around the country.
Because what we're having a problem with is themes. Because Walking Dead, there's no way we could put that in the hospital. Metallica, I think we would have a tough road with that one as well. We have Iron Man, we have Star Trek Pro and everything like that. But, you know, Stern has to be balanced with that. Jersey Jack and the Wizard of Oz, that's just a huge hit with the kids. I mean, that's timeless. I mean, I grew up with that. My kids, like I was saying earlier, they wore out 5 videotapes of it. I mean, we just were going through that, and you know, now grandkids. So that's just a timeless classic, and that's why it was chosen to go into Boston here. You know, it's a great thing for that setting.
For a question, come up to the microphone here.
Can I use my outside voice? I can do that. So, I'm a teacher, and I brought now 6 groups of kids from New York City, from the Bronx, from the South Bronx, by the way, to play pinball as an educational experience in the context of a unit group involving magnets, electricity, etc. And what I find when I ask them at the end, what was your favorite machine and why? they often relate to themes that deal with the city because they're inner city kids. So they look at fishtails and like, who's the guy in the boat? Not of interest. But exactly, Wizard of Oz, Walking Dead, these things. But also remarkably, things that they can just instantly, intuitively play, like Gold Strike. Who would have thought? A kid from the South Bronx. These two boys were playing Gold Strike for 45 minutes,
Sure.
loving it because they could figure out what they needed to do in the game. And I think people